Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're plunging into a story that honestly starts pretty simply.
Yeah, it kicks off with something loads of people think about, right?
Exactly. Just, trying to make a bit of money online. A common goal.
Mm-hmm.
But for this guy, Human and Go, well, that path took a really, really unexpected turn, a dramatic one.
It really did.
And our deep dive today, it's all based on this fantastic episode of Darknet Diaries. It's S1E162 if you want to check it out.
And it's long, too. Like an hour and 34 minutes.
Yeah. Which tells you straight away there's a lot to unpack here. It's intricate stuff.
Definitely. And what gets me is how Hugh's first steps online, pretty normal stuff, really, led him to kind of, accidentally find his way into the dark web.
Right. The source makes it clear it wasn't like he just decided one day, I'm going into crime.
No, not at all. It was more like he got pulled in gradually, stumbled into this whole hidden part of the internet he probably didn't even know existed at first.
And what he discovered there, it wasn't just like a small opportunity.
Nope.
The podcast, Darknet Diaries, calls it a global dark market.
Which sounds intense.
Yeah.
And it is.
Yeah, think about that. We're talking a huge, anonymous, online exchange. You need special browsers like Tor just to get there.
Right. And people are buying and selling stolen credit cards, financial records, even social security numbers, like commodities.
Exactly. Not some dodgy back alley, but a massive digital supermarket for illegal data.
And that's really where Hugh's story takes a sharp turn, isn't it?
Totally. Because what started for him is maybe, small-time stuff, selling bits of data he found, it just accelerated like crazy.
Well, the sheer scale of that marketplace and the anonymity, it must have been a huge pull, like gravity almost.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. And he ends up pretty deeply involved in one of the biggest identity theft services out there.
Handling enormous amounts of stolen personal info.
So you see the escalation, that initial idea, let's make some money online, a little side hustle. It completely morphed. Turned into a full-blown international crime spree.
We're talking millions, potentially, in fraud across different countries, using stolen data as a weapon, basically, on a huge scale.
So the big question for us really is how? How does that happen? How does someone go from A to B like that?
And what does it tell us about these hidden corners of the internet, these unregulated spaces?
Yeah, exactly. Because Hugh's story, it's not just some wild tale. It really shows you something about the internet's frontiers.
It really does. It highlights how incredibly thin that line can be, between doing something legitimate online and suddenly finding yourself in, something very illicit.
Something you perhaps never intended.
Right. And the anonymity, the lack of oversight you get in places like the dark web, it can totally reshape what someone's doing.
Amplify it, maybe.
Yeah, amplify it massively.
Okay.
Turn a small thing into this huge cross-border criminal operation.
And that really is the core takeaway from Human and Go's journey, isn't it? That massive contrast.
Definitely. Starts with wanting to make money online. Simple.
Ends up deep inside this global dark market on the dark web, running a huge criminal enterprise.
It's quite the arc.
And it connects to this bigger picture, this lesson about how these environments, these digital spaces like the dark web can just warp things.
It can escalate individual actions so dramatically. What seems like just trying to get ahead financially online can become something enormous and criminal in these unregulated zones. It just shows the power of anonymity mixed with, easily available illegal goods.
Yeah, it's potent. So it leaves you thinking, doesn't it? What does Hugh's story really tell us about digital anonymity itself?
And about the pull, the attraction, but also the serious dangers of these unregulated online markets.
Right, and just the unexpected ways things can spiral when people step into these less visible parts of the digital world.
It's a really powerful reminder, I think. The internet's got paths for legitimate stuff, obviously, but also for these surprising, sometimes really dramatic escalations.
Definitely something to mull over. And just as a side note, the source mentions Human and Go is actually on X now, if you're curious. His handle is @HHybic.
Interesting. Adds another layer, doesn't it?